tropical plant that typically grows quite close to water, and it, oh my goodness, it comes in such beautiful varieties, but I
Oh,
always
lovely.
found really difficult to grow. And you almost always buy a plant and it'll come in some kind of soil or coir mix or
Yeah.
something like that, and I really struggled with alocasia for years because I knew they liked quite a moist substrate, but whenever I'd regularly water them, I'd find that they'd go mushy and the rhizome would start rotting and then they were just kind of doomed. And then someone said to me at one point, why don't you try semi-hydro? And I played about with that a bit, and now alocasia as a genus is one of my easiest because I know that I can just keep a reservoir filled and just kind of walk away and not do anything to them for weeks. So it's
Yes.
changed the game for me. The first year that the RHS have done indoor show gardens, which felt like such a massive step forward because obviously, Sweet Pea, as you know, there's a whole generation of us that don't have access to gardens a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And houseplants are becoming more and more of a thing that I think we need to champion.
Mm.
So the
On board with
opportunity
that.
to be able to showcase that with such awesome people was great. So Ben was to Terrariums and the team from Grow Tropicals, who's a really great UK plant shop. And we kind of designed it all together and came up with the concept that we called a reflection of nature. And so our show garden was kind of split down the middle with a window in it. So we had a living room on one side, which I designed and made, which was looking primarily at house plants and how you would go about growing them in a home environment. So grow lights, terrariums,
Oh,
cabinets. Obviously,
cool.
Ben very much did the water feature terrarium side of things.
Yes.
And then through the window, mirrored on the other side, you could see the same plants, how they would grow in their natural habitat. It was so much fun and it really allowed us to be super creative, but it also allowed people to come and hopefully appreciate a really cool thing to look at, but also go,
Yeah.
okay, I love that plant there. How could I do that at home? And look at the other side and go, oh, that's how I could do it. Fungus gnats are probably the most common problem with houseplants.
Mm.
They are just an absolute nightmare and they create this vicious cycle. So their breeding cycle is usually about 7 days, but as soon as you start to see some of the adult flies, it means that they're already breeding. I personally like to use something called nematodes, which I
Oh,
know
yeah.
you can use a lot outdoors as well, but the ones that I use for indoors are scarid fly nematodes,
Okay.
which means they're perfectly safe if you've got pets or anything like that.
Oh, good.
And you essentially just, they're microscopic eelworms. Sounds gross, but you can't see them at all. And if you want a cheaper alternative as well, mosquito bits, which I believe are a bacteria.
Okay.
They come in they almost look like like little pellets, and you put them in water and just let them sit for 24 hours and kind of like brew them like a tea and then
Mm-hmm.
water that into your plants. And again, they're not my personal preference, but I know lots of people use them as a cheaper option to nematodes.